Hi, my name's Steve Cottingham and I'm the head professional at the Management Golf Academy in Durban, South Africa. And this video is designed to help you to understand the basic principles involved in hitting a good chip shot, especially during these times where you might be in lockdown and you're restricted to the amount of practice you can do. So in the following few minutes we're going to take you through the essential steps needed to help you to become a much better chipper. So before we even try and attempt a shot, it's really important that we get our setup correct. We want to make sure that we're in a position that makes it easy for us to duplicate the motion and that allows the body to work correctly. So we're going to go through some basics about the setup. As my coach always tells me, it's important to have a good setup, otherwise you get upset. Okay, so here's the setup. So what I've done, I've started with the club pointing at my center. My left arm's extended. I want to get nicely balanced and then tilt from the hips, keeping the angle between my left wrist and the shaft constant. Ball position and balance. So when we set up, what we're looking for is the alignment of my grip to my belt buckle, about 70% of my weight on my left side, and the ball position slightly left of center. So if you get all of those correct, it gives us a really good chance to start our swing correctly. So before we go into the actual motion of the movement of the swing, we just need a couple of principles that we have to understand. So the first principle is that to play all these shots, we want to make sure that we're controlling the golf club. And the best way to control the club and the club head is by using our hands. Okay, so the hands are the first point of control. You often hear good players saying that they have educated hands. So the next few minutes of this tip is going to tell you exactly what your hands should be doing. So we want to control by using our hands. The second thing is there's going to be some motion in the body. In the golf swing, you know, there's a pivot, there's a weight transfer, there's a whole lot of things going on. What causes those is also the movement of the hands. So if I set up and put my left hand out in front of me, if I push my left hand back, almost pushing the air backwards, you'll see there's a natural effect of my hips and my shoulders turning. Likewise, if I put my right hand out in front of me and I push, there's going to be the body's going to react. So the two principles we need to remember are that the hands control the club and the hands are the source of our motion. So it's really imperative that we educate your hands to know exactly what to do. So with those principles in mind, we're going to start from our routine and our address position. And what we're going to try and envisage is that what we're looking for at impact. You know, a chip shot might be viewed as a mini full swing. So the impact conditions are exactly the same as they should be for a full swing and for a chip shot. So when we're trying to get into impact, what we're looking for is to create a nice alignment between our left arm and the golf club. We're trying to make sure that our hips are rotated, okay? And we're in a nice strong position in which to expand through impact. So the first exercise, or the first stage, is to know what our right hand should be doing in that setup. So I get into my address position. What I'm looking to do is just with the right hand is to maintain the angle between my right wrist and the shaft and to push the ball away, keeping a nice stable base, but allowing that hip to rotate. If we do that with both hands, we're now looking for a little bit of balance. And balance is often referred to as kind of opposing forces. So if my right hand is pushing forward, the left should feel heavy. And the easiest way for the left to feel as if it's opposing is by using the left thumb to push down. You'll see when I push my thumb down that the alignment between my left arm and the club becomes more apparent. From this direction, there's my wrist in a kind of level condition. If I push the thumb down, you'll see it causes that wrist to uncock. So if we put those together, I'm I'm going to push forward with my right hand and down with my left thumb. That gets me to feel the pushing or the motion through impact. Good, so now that we've got our understanding of how to push through impact, what we're going to look at is how we move the club backwards. So it's very, very similar. The left hand is going to push the grip of the club backwards in such a way that allows my hip to rotate or to pivot. So as I push back with my left hand, I want to feel my right hip giving way. And likewise, I want my right hand to be a little bit of balance. I want my right hand to be opposing that. So when you push back, we can get both hands pushing the club back and allowing that little bit of a pivot. So now we're going to try and put those little steps together. So I've got my routine, ball position and balance. I'm going to make sure I push the club back with my left hand, allowing the right hand to resist and a pivot, and the right hand to push forward, and the left hip to clear to help me to get through impact. Okay, so here's what that should look like. And that gives you that nice compressed feeling when you hit the ball. I'm hitting down, compressing the ball, and under control. Bear in mind when you're doing this that the more stable you stay, the more consistent this is going to be. And when I say stable, it's important. You'll see that when I play the shot, there's very little head movement. My head's nice and stable. That keeps my shoulders kind of parallel to the target for longer and increases my levels of accuracy. So hopefully those little kind of directions or tips might help you to understand how to become a much better chipper. I'm lucky enough here I've got some of these soft golf balls so I can practice indoors without breaking anything. If you've got a garden outside and you've got a place to practice that, hopefully it'll help you to while away a couple of hours over lockdown to make sure that you can get, when the golf course is open, you can get out there and have a little bit of fun. I am available if you need any, if you'd like to comment on what you've seen, or even if you send me a video of what you do. I'd be delighted to see if I can help prepare you during lockdown for the next few years of your golf going forward. Thanks for listening in.